Hi, business owners. Phase 3. Woohoo! But do your customers know you're back? Well, that's where the Clarence Bug Show and Pelican Broadcasting can help. Right now, we've got great rates on advertising packages to help you get the word out. Shoot me an email at bugsclarence@gmail.com. Or better yet, call me up. I'd love to talk with you. 225-485-6839. Let's get together and make Phase 3 the best it can possibly be.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, you just got to know the right people. You can know the right people too.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hello and welcome as we start another edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Marty, you are the man, brother. You are the man. Before I could even give Marty the evil eye, he was already jumping on the audio level. Thank you, my brother. You know how I like it. There you go. Appreciate it sincerely. Here's hoping that all is well with you and yours in this world. Since the last opportunity we had to spend a little time with you, roughly some 24 hours ago. We all kind of knew that the Crescent City, the Big Easy, New Orleans, was probably not going to walk lockstep with Governor John Bel Edwards in dismissing the mask mandate altogether. Roughly an hour ago, Mayor LaToya Cantrell, along with other city leaders, holding a news conference announcing that there will not be any changes made to the city's mask policy. However, Mayor Cantrell did say that some restrictions will be loosened starting tomorrow. Most businesses will see an increased capacity as far as their seating limits are concerned, along with social distancing and mask protocols in place. By the way, this is reading from the website of WDSU, the famed Channel 6 news station in the Crescent City. According to Mayor Cantrell, outdoor gathering capacity will increase to 500, while indoor gatherings will have an increase up to 250 people. Most restaurants and retail businesses will be allowed to increase capacity to 100%, provided masking and social distancing is adhered to. Since more than a year ago, New Orleans has probably had the strictest mitigation efforts for COVID-19 out of all the major cities in our state. And obviously, there's a reason for that. With New Orleans having the percentage of individuals there that travel from other places, it is always a distinct possibility that their COVID numbers are going to be higher than others. As a result, the mayor there has instituted measures more strict than other major metro areas. It is, I'm sure, a welcomed relief for New Orleanians, but at the end of the day, a mask mandate is still a mask mandate. And it's particularly tough on individuals in one particular city when they see all these others being allowed to relax their mandates while they are not. Only time will tell if it is a good move or a bad move. The mayor, by the way, stressing that right now, roughly only a third, just slightly more than a third, 35% of the population there has received full vaccinations. And she is, and I'm paraphrasing here, she is of the opinion that until the vaccination rates for New Orleanians become substantially higher, a mask mandate will be in the method of operation, for lack of a better phrase, for the foreseeable future. It is a small step for the city of New Orleans. It is, I'm sure, a welcomed step for the folks that live there, but at the end of the day, it's still not what everyone there wants. So hopefully, as time goes by, the numbers that need to go down will go down. The numbers that need to come up will do so. And the Crescent City will find itself marching in step with other major metros in Louisiana and giving freedom and liberty to the citizens that so justly deserve it and desperately need it. Speaking of COVID-19, by the way, a lot of people were sounding, I don't want to say a warning, but trying to give others the heads up in this regard. And of course, it started roughly a week ago. Many Americans, because of COVID fatigue, the incessant drumbeat of the media, either thought or were hoping that once they got the vaccine, it would be one and done, never have to worry about this stuff again. I get my shot, I go on, move on with my life. All of this is in the rearview mirror. Well, you might not want to take that bus all the way down the road just yet. Moderna announcing this week that they've amassed new data that reveals a couple of things. One, their vaccine can remain stable at temperatures found in refrigerators for as long as 3 months. At present, the mRNA vaccine has approval to be stored in refrigerators between 36 and 46 degrees Fahrenheit for up to 30 days, and approval to be stored in a freezer up to 7 months at -4 degrees Fahrenheit, according to Moderna. However, according to the company, this new data appears to support a 3-month refrigerated shelf life as opposed to the 1 month as was thought earlier on. The press release put out by Moderna also stated that they've come to the realization that if you received that vaccine, the Moderna vaccine, the mRNA vaccine, in all likelihood, you are going to have booster shots. Depending upon the strength of the vaccine that you received, according to Moderna, there is the distinct possibility that you will need booster vaccines in 2022, and the important part, and beyond. Quote, bear with me, quick refresh. Okay. Moderna says its use will increase exponentially globally. 2022, their capacity will be up to 3 billion doses of the vaccine. And again, depending upon the mix between the authorized vaccine and the dosage level, there could be looking as far as 2023 to still require individuals to get a booster. It is not something a lot of people wanted to hear. Understanding that many people were of the opinion, well, wait now, you told me one thing, now you're telling me something else. That will only serve, I'm sure, to increase the hesitancy, increase the negativity, and the blowback surrounding these vaccines. It's one thing for Americans to encounter something that is totally unprecedented, something we've never seen before, we've never had to deal before. Americans typically will plod their way through something like that. All we ask is that you give us the facts and be honest with us up front. Personally, understanding the unprecedented nature of these vaccines, it probably would have served the medical industry and big pharma as well, for that matter, probably would have served them in a more efficient manner had they let this be known up front. Now listen, I understand. Clarence, you said it's unprecedented. They didn't know that they were going to be dealing with this sort of stuff. I get that. But that is why you always err on the side of caution. When Americans are subjected to ad nauseum, 24/7, for over a year, COVID, catch it, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die, COVID. At some point, we reach that level of saturation. And eventually, for a lot of people, that incessant drumbeat wears you down to the point where you say, all right, tell you what, y'all say you got a vaccine, you say it's safe, I'm sick of hearing about this, I'll go ahead, roll the dice, and get the shot. At least that way, I know I'm done with COVID for a while. And then you turn around and, in Marty's favorite phrase, well, you see, what had happened was we forgot to tell you, what had really had happened was we forgot to tell you that after you get this shot, 6 to 9 months later, you're going to probably have to have another one. Okay, well, how long am I going to have to do this? Probably through 2023. The average American, not just no, but oh, hell no. Through 2023, every 6 months, you want to stick me again? If you think vaccine hesitancy is up there now, just wait until you tell these folks, hey, didn't you get Moderna? Okay, when you come and get your next one? Is that going to be my last one? Oh, no. 6 months after that, you're going to need another one. Okay, will that be the last one? No, actually, we're thinking all the way through 2023. If you think the hesitancy is high now, just wait. Just saying. That's why you shoot square with folks. That's why from the hip is always the best way. We may not like it. We may not want to hear it. But if nothing else, at the end of the day, at least we can say, well, they gave me the facts, they were honest with me, and they let me make up my own mind. As an American, that's all I can reasonably ask for. Just saying. Just saying. Speaking of shooting square with the American people, well, at least he was honest about it last night. Joe Biden wants to spend a whole lot more of your money. We're going to talk about that next when we continue the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with The Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
The first big sale of the year is here. The Dream Garage Spring Event is underway at Team Honda. For the first time ever, get $12.50 customer cash on every new 21 Passport, or get 0% for 60 months on every new 21 Pilot at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Mandafine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Mandafine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Mandafine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show. We, in this world of politics, have assigned certain monikers, nicknames, pet approaches, for lack of a better phrase, to the respective political parties in our country. For conservatives, you often hear a blanket phrase of small government people, people that adhere to the philosophy of, I don't need the government to do anything for me other than get out of my way and let me do for myself. You also hear, as far as Democrats are concerned, tax and spend. You may have heard conservatives say, Democrats have never met a tax they didn't like, and Democrats have never, ever seen a number too large for them to spend. So most of us that understand that this is what it is in this country We knew last night's address by President Biden to a joint session of Congress was going to be filled with more. It's almost unfair to call it pork anymore. Marty, as far as you know, has anyone crossbred a hog with a buffalo? I mean, that's how big this porker is for Democrats. It's, I don't know, maybe it was a lab experiment somewhere that got out of hand and the darn thing escaped. And a Democrat saw a pig with this much pork and just lost their freaking minds. That's the kind of spending that is going on with our federal government. I think it was during the Obama years. And if I remember right, one of the things then First Lady Michelle Obama was encouraging Americans to do was to take up gardening, particularly community gardens, where you grow your own food, healthier food, free of preservatives and all the unnecessary pesticides and things that can work their way into the food chain. Apparently, since Joe Biden was in the White House at that time, apparently old Joe was of the opinion that in planting these gardens, money trees were the most prominent plant that you could stick in the ground, water, and when the leaves became ripe, you could walk out the back door and just pick as much money to spend as you want. Even the most liberal of liberals at some point have to question, is this sort of spending sustainable? Y'all do realize all of this money being spent in 100 days, we are talking so far $6 trillion in spending. Right now, our debt in this country is 28 plus trillion with a T dollars. And every time you turn around, the Biden administration is proposing spending trillions more. You don't have to be an economics major to understand somebody's got to pay this money back. You don't have to be the brightest bulb in the chandelier to understand that you can't just pull money out of thin air and pay for stuff without there being a day of reckoning. Last night, and again, those of us that understand the basic tax and spend philosophy of Democrats knew that this was coming. And I guess in hindsight, now that I think about it in retrospect, if you've been spending trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars, and those in your own party aren't objecting, and you've managed through the cooperation of the mainstream media to demonize, villainize the other side of the aisle, then you can continue this exercise in insanity pretty much unabated. The president calling for an additional $1.8 trillion in spending for, get this, free community college, free child care, free paid leave, increase in food stamps, and more free universal preschool. In an ideal world, this is completely separate and apart from the reality that Democrats live in. In an ideal world, the word free would tell you pretty much all you need to know. Of course, now, we all know now that for Democrats, the words that you and I think mean certain things, I mean, after all, they've meant this ever since the words have been in existence. But since old Joe got in the White House, well, the meaning of the word has changed. You and I think of infrastructure as roads, bridges, the electricity grid, things of that nature. But it's more and more apparent with every passing day, liberals don't share our view in that regard. All of this, quote, free stuff, free community college for everybody, free child care for everybody, free paid leave for everybody, free universal preschool for everybody. All of this at face value sounds great. Now, Clarence, how could you be against preschool for kids? I'm not. What I am against is hundreds of billions of dollars of it that I got to pay for. Well, not just me, but you, the American public. I can't believe you would be against free community college. But it's not free. You do realize, don't you, this has got to be paid for. There is an old adage that is as true as the day is long. There's no such thing as a free lunch. It might be free to you, but somebody else paid for it. The bread on that tray of the free lunch, the flour didn't grow and mill itself. The sugar in the bread of the free lunch, that sugar cane did not grow, harvest, and mill itself and jump magically into the mixer along with the flour, the yeast, and the other ingredients. This stuff has got to be paid for. Now, say what you will about getting older. But the good news is, particularly for us boomers, and obviously the same for the members of the greatest generation, it ain't going to be us, because we'll be gone. We will no longer be on the scene when the day of reckoning comes a-calling. It is going to be America's children, America's children's children, and the next generation thereafter that is going to be stuck with the bill of paying for all of this. And yet, the reckless, spending continues pretty much unabated. When all is said and done, it's your money. And let's be honest, let's be brutally honest here. The United States federal government has an abysmal track record when it comes to spending your money. There is not a single entity, institution, or individual, for that matter, that you can hold up as a worse example of folks just wasting the dickens out of money like the federal government. We saw it recently with the Special Inspector General's report on the reconstruction in Afghanistan. Hundreds of billions of dollars squandered, wasted, no account for it, can't find it anywhere. The money we can find wasn't used for what the intended use was. And yet, the Biden administration wants trillions and trillions and trillions more of your dollars. Matter of fact, Joe Biden's going to give the IRS an additional $80 billion to be sure that they get every single drop of your money. And this is just 100 days in to a 4-year stretch. Maybe next time when we tell y'all, maybe next time you might be tempted to listen. Because when the chickens come home to roost and you got to fork over to pay the bill, remember who told you. Don't forget. Bottom of the hour break. We'll knock this out. Come back. Come back and talk about what it must feel like to be played by a cheap violin. That's next on the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing.
You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Caught spiders. Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Like every other show that we've done this week, we come to you live today from Bayou Smokehouse, the home of old school barbecue at 10655 Coursey Boulevard. Oh, and by the way, the Exiles, Bill Profita, Kevin Gallagher, will be coming your way immediately upon the conclusion of this show. So if you're not coming by to grab an oh so tasty lunch today, if you're not coming by to see yours truly, then come on by and spend a little time with the Exiles. They'd love to see you. And who knows, Bill Profita might even, well, no, I'm going to leave that alone. Right as I said that, I saw Bill's head go. I might do what? You're off the hook, buddy. He might say hello to you, among an assortment of other unsundry things, but that's a different show for a different day. You know, those of us that love this country, particularly the freedoms and the liberties afforded therein, one of the things that has disturbed us more than other things is the weaponization of agencies and institutions in this country. We've known, those of us that pay attention to these things, we've known for quite some time that it is not beyond the realm of possibility that federal law enforcement agencies have been used against ordinary American citizens. I mean, if you've done any reading, any studying whatsoever, you go back around the J. Edgar Hoover days and it will turn your stomach with some of the things that the highest ranking law enforcement agencies in this country have done to just regular Americans. And every now and then, when this happens, a particularly astute individual or group of individuals manage to turn this weaponization of law enforcement on its proverbial head. Enter former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani. As you probably heard yesterday, the FBI showed up at Rudy's Manhattan home early yesterday to carry out a search warrant. Knocked on the door, Rudy answers, ushers them in, and is, according to sources, surprisingly cooperative with the agents. Finds out, oh, you got a warrant? Okay. What are you looking for? I'll take you straight to it, help you out, make this easy for everybody involved. I know y'all have other things to do. I got other things that I need to do. Let's expedite this. I'll just take you right to wherever it is, the stuff that you need, I'll take you right there. So, of course, they start rounding up his electronic devices. During the course of this, an agent happens to notice a hard drive sitting on the former mayor's desk. So he inquires, what is this? Enter the proverbial cheap Stradivarius. Not that there is such a thing. I was trying to tell Marty, if it's a Strat, it ain't cheap. So those two typically don't go together in the same sentence, but I digress. Rudy tells them, oh, that's the laptop, that's the hard drive from Hunter Biden's laptop. It has contained in it a lot of crimes committed by Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. Would you like it? Oh, no, that's all right. That's all right. No, you keep that. Not only did the FBI agents there, not only did they refuse to take what they thought was an incriminating hard drive, they didn't even plug it up to see what was on it to figure out if Rudy Giuliani was lying to them or not. Now, a thinking individual would ask, why wouldn't you take it? Why would you at least not look at it to see if this guy's lying to you or not? Of course, said same thinking individual might also very easily, I might add, come to the conclusion that this was pure politics. It is yet again another example of the weaponization of politics. We'll teach you, Mr. Trump supporter, we'll teach you to debunk the myths that we are circulating. We'll teach you, we'll show up with a search warrant and confiscate your electronic communication devices. So what did Rudy Giuliani do? He didn't fight. Didn't get all bent out of shape. Took them right to what they wanted. Even tried to give them some stuff, apparently, they didn't want. Funny how that works, isn't it? Really funny how that works. But us conservatives, well, we're the party of conspiracy theorists, and, we see black helicopters around every corner and all of this sorts of stuff. And yet, not only did you refuse possession of the hard drive, you didn't even want to look at it. I say that in jest, and it's humorous when you look at how an individual is able, right off the cuff, to play them the way they're trying to play him. But it's a sad day in this country, y'all, when we allow the weaponization of what is supposed to be an institution whose sole responsibility is to protect us. Troubling times. And the scariest part of all of this could well be if they can do this to the likes of a Rudy Giuliani. Just imagine what they can do to you. By the way, if you did not last night watch President Biden's address, and maybe more important for my fellow members of the community of color, if you didn't watch the rebuttal from the conservative side of the aisle, you missed out. You truly, truly missed out. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, a brother, conservative, delivered the Republican rebuttal to the president's address last night. Bruh knocked it out, not out the stadium, out the city that the stadium is located in. If you want the straight skinny and don't either possess the faculties or don't want to take the time to read between all the lines, the 5,000 words that were delivered last night, go to YouTube, because I'm sure it's there, or simply Google Senator Tim Scott response to Biden address. Y'all need to watch this. Y'all need to watch this. Tim Scott knocked it out of the freaking park. He is brutally honest, is one of those individuals that has a way of laying things out in a very simple, easy to read, yet organized fashion. He is an individual that if this old boy has his way, you are going to hear a whole lot more from and about in the future. He nailed it, y'all, pure and simple. And I know some of y'all are saying, well, you kind of already know what he's going to say because, I mean, after all, he's a conservative. Biden's uber liberal, so we know it's going to probably be 180-degree opposite from what we heard the president say. The difference here is the senator has the uncanny ability to not only read between the lines, but translate in plain, simple English what it means to you. Democrats will tell you a lot of stuff. They will tell you how evil this is, how bad that is. They will tell you how long it's been going on, what the consequences are. But very seldom, if ever, one, do they offer a concrete solution, and two, you will learn, if God blesses you to stick around long enough, when you find people, Democrats, particularly in this environment, when you find people whose sole motivation every single time you talk to them is to show you and tell you how bad something is, after a while you come to the realization it says more about them than it does about the issue. Tim Scott, in his rebuttal last night, chose consciously not to spend all that time, energy, and effort on the negative, but instead on the positive. It was so refreshing. Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina, if you didn't see it, treat yourself. Go watch it. You can thank me for it later. Final break of today's show. We'll get her done, come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and we wrap up. Today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show from Bayou Smokehouse, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, the home of old school barbecue, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Mandafine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Mandafine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Mandafine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
The selection is deep, and the time to get a used car is right now from the Team Automotive Group. Shop and save on over 125 certified vehicles and choose from more than 700 pre-owned vehicles at any of our team locations. Or log on anytime at teamautouse.com.
It's the feeling.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back for the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bud Show. You've heard me say on more than one occasion, if God blesses you to stick around long enough, you find out who your real friends are. They expose themselves for who they truly are. Now here it is, over 20 years of knowing this guy. 20-some years, I thought he was my friend. I truly did. I thought Marty was as genuine a friend, a brother, as I have in the entire world. Well, I found out different in the last commercial break, because Marty walks up here and sits on the desk up here. Well, y'all see it. There it is right there. There it is right there. Do I need to say any more? Here I am thinking, Marty is my friend. And look what he sets down in front of me. Oh, bruh, I know it's for me. That's the killer part. I can't touch it until I finish this segment. Y'all, have you ever seen more scrumptious looking St. Louis? Look at the smoke ring. Look at the smoke ring. And oh my God, listen, I'll never be one, because y'all from South Louisiana, just like your boy Clarence is. I would not dare tell you whether you should have the lean brisket or the marbled brisket. For me, I love the marbled. We've kind of developed a nickname around here for the brisket at Bayou Smokehouse. We call it beef butter. It's beef, but it melts in your mouth like butter. Oh my God. If ever you wanted to see old Clarence embarrass himself, you need to be here when the cameras finish rolling. This and me, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna embarrass myself and feel pretty darn good about it, as a matter of fact. Listen, y'all, when you are ready to stop living that deprived life, when you're ready for food that tastes every bit as good as it looks, when you're ready to be waited on by folks that love their jobs, when you're ready to have all of it in one fell swoop, then you're ready for 10655 Coursey Boulevard. Come see my friends at Bayou Smokehouse, the home of old school barbecue. I don't guess, Bill, maybe you know, when Wildlife and Fisheries euthanizes an animal that's become a nuisance, what do they do with the meat? Do they recycle it to like homeless shelters or things of that nature?
If it is good meat, they will
Try to give it a
food bank.
Okay.
A lot of hunters do the same thing. They do their freezer clean.
Right, when they do the freezer clean out, yeah. Well, there's a distinct possibility, sadly, that somebody's going to be eating some good bear meat in the near future. And y'all accept this in the spirit that is given. You know I'm an animal lover. But the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries finally able to corral and subsequently, sadly, euthanize that Louisiana bear that had been seen on more than one occasion in Port Allen. It is speculated, and I have not been able to confirm this 100% one way or another, but it's my understanding that individuals that had become enamored with the bear and its visits had been leaving treats for the bears. Now, we all know bears love sweets. You don't have to be, help me out, Marty, what a biologist, what's the term for individuals that specialize in animal behavior? Marty's like, what you asking me for, bro? Why you asking me all this? You just finished talking so we can get those ribs. It's a known fact bears love sweets. And it's speculated that folks had been leaving things like honey buns, lots of icing, cinnamon, so on and so forth. And that's what attracted the bear back over and over again. Y'all, if you're an animal lover and you don't want to see them euthanized, absolute worst thing you can do is give them access to food, because they start to equate your location and human beings with free food. Once they get that stuck in their head, euthanasia is almost an inevitable end result. So, just so you know, in the future, if you did not know, restrict that food access around your home, and hopefully we won't have to go through another episode like this one. Time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. But this day, just like any other, I give it to you. You're right. America, we ain't perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you realize he loves you, right? And I hope you know that I do too. Then again, there ain't a doggone thing you could do about either one. Don't you dare move. Bill Profita, Kevin Gallagher, The Exiles, up next here on The Pelican.